Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome out to the Southern National Raceway Park here in South Carolina as we get ready to go with tonight's racing of the American Sim Racing Club's Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour. Postma Flooring is your one-stop shop for everything for your laminate or hardwood flooring needs. To reach on out to Zach Postma for more information at Postma Flooring, the proud title sponsor of the Late Model Stock Tour. We also like to thank Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, serving Jersey-style soup, salads, and subs in West Michigan. And LaPlante Racing Products, the proud sponsor of the Triple Crown Series this season, and they have the patent-pending Scapoid System, or STD, for you open-wheel racers. Make sure you check them out at LaPlante Racing Products to save your wrist today. Well, alongside me is my good friend from Tennessee, and it is none other than Racing Jason out there tonight. And Racing Jason, we are here at your favorite racetrack, the Southern National Raceway Park.
Oh, absolutely. Southern National, high banked, fast action. Pretty much got to knock somebody out of the way to get to the pass here, but I'm excited. It's real foggy tonight, Al. It looks like we're about to have a storm brewing. All these cars trying to figure out who's going to win this thing.
Yeah, we're going to have heat races coming up here in just a moment. We'll get covering that as we take a look at tonight's race information. We don't have twin 75s. We got to fire the guy in the box. But we got heat race action where we'll lock in the top 5, then run an LCQ. And this is what heat race number 1 is going to look like up onto the racetrack and on the pole. In car number 51, it is Ron Hart. Ron Hart going to roll off on the pole. Outside of him in the car number 1, this is Mason Walters. J.J. McCrae in the 78 will roll off third, and outside of him, David Payton in the Pinkerton number 38. Colby Garrett in the number 48 will roll off in spot number 5, and Cold Beer's Zach Coyer and the Detroit Lions number 13 will roll off in spot number 6. And shotgun on the field, car number 14 or 005 in the No Chance Motorsports. This is Matt Kemp in that Burger King entry. 7 cars, top 5 will lock themselves into a qualifying spot here tonight for tonight's feature event at the high banks of Southern National. They have shoehorned them in here once again. Another sellout crowd. We're glad to have you out there on the Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing you all of the action as the field rolls down the backstretch. Real hazy, hot, and humid here tonight, Racing Jason. Put your shirt back on. We're about ready to go racing.
I will do that, sir. Well, I tell you what, we're going to have some good action here in these late model stocks.
Already 3 wide down in the turns 1 and 2, and that sent the 13 Coyer up the racetrack as Matt Kemp trying to make his way up here into the top 5. Lap number 1 in the books. Hart is leading it over Walters, McCrae, Garrett, and Kemp. Kemp is right there on that transfer spot. Now David Payton going to try to work to the inside here as these cars up on the chip. Kemp now looking to the inside of Garrett. Nothing there.
No, sure not. What about this? Mason Walters. He's all over the back of Ron Hart. That white number 1 Chevrolet Heartbeat of America car. Come on, that's old school.
He is trying to make it up there the Rowdy Energy number 51 of Ron Hart.
Oh, got the fence a little bit right there coming on the back straightaway.
And that is, we're going to see that, I think, all night long. You're going to see it on the front stretch as well. It seems like off of turn number 2, though, the track is a little bit wider. Or a little bit narrower up off that corner. You see him catch it once again. Well, right now, all you got to be is in that top 5. And right now, Kemp in that 5th and final transfer spot. He would like a little bit of an insurance spot as he's trying to work around Garrett in the 48 car. David Payton trying to lock himself into the night's main event as he can get around the number 14 of Kemp.
Yeah, and you can tell, look at these guys. They've started to catch up with Walters now. Well, he hit that fence, probably knocked the toe out of it. Those heat races provide good racing, early action, short laps of what it's going to be out to in the feature, Al. You know, I love these heat races.
Yeah, they're looking here is now the 14. Oh, Kemp got a little bit loose there. Garrett going to play protective. His white flag will fly for the 51 of Hart. Hart's got to roll through turns 1 and 2. He's got a 1.4 second lead as he'll hit turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Heat race number 1. Going to go to the 51 of Ron Hart. The transfer spot going to go to Matt Kemp. He'll hold on to it. David Payton going to finish in 6th. So your top 5, Ron Hart, JJ McCrae, Mason Walters, Cody Garrett, and Matt Kemp locking in to tonight's main event. Heat race number 2 starting to make their way up onto the racetrack, and this is what the starting lineup will look like. Zach Nichols in car number 44 will roll off on the pole outside of him. His title combatant to the number 8, the Interstate Ford, number 8 of Braxton DeWeese. Daryl Dillon in car number 07 will roll off in 3rd, and Chuck Darling in 88 will roll off 4th. Zach Postma in the number 8 car will roll off 5th, and outside of him the number 20 of Reagan Ford, and Cody Naylor slated to roll off shotgun on the field. That is your 7-car field here. Another 12 laps of racing coming at us as the field sits there behind the pace car waiting on Cody Naylor. Not sure if he'll make the call. Looks like he will not as the field rolls off. What'd you take out of that first heat race as we look at this one here for race number 2?
Well, I saw Ron Hart just doing what he does best, and that's take off and leading the race early. And, you know, we saw that, you know, little group pack of racing there where the one car hit the fence and kind of bunched everybody up and kind of bottleneck everything. But should be interesting here. We got some heavy hitters in this heat race right here, Al. This is going to be interesting to see how this one goes.
It is going to be a good one here. You're going to have to watch the front as Zach Nichols and the number 8 of Braxton Luis will start up on the front row. How about Daryl Dillon in that Hooters-sponsored number 7? We'll roll there as they roll into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is up, and Nichols going to get on that gas pedal first. He's going to get away.
Yeah, he is. He's going to get away in Braxton Luis. We see them two week in, week out, battling it out hard. A little contact between Chuck Darling and Dillon right there. That's going to have to be a little watch out for later on, Al.
Right now, the top 5 cars separating themselves from Zachary Postma. Postma, the proud sponsor of this series, and that beautiful prepared number 8, the Postma Flooring on it. As he's trying to close in on Regan Ford in that 20 car, but Zach Nichols up front over Braxton Luis, Dillon, and Darling, your top 4. 5th is Regan, Postma, and Naylor.
Pretty good battle here at this heat race number 2. Zach Nichols and Braxton DeWeese. This kind of reminds me of Dylan Hart and Jeff Gordon right here, Al, back in the day, son, these two hot rod drivers.
And they are battling each week in and week out here Yeah, Zach Nickel comes in as your high points man to the Southern National Motorsports Park. Round number 9, just 4 more rounds to go after this evening.
4 more rounds, Al. What are we going to do when it's over, son? Sit back and eat popcorn?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Darling runs there in spot number 4. Then Ford right there behind him. And then Postma. 3 laps to go as Zach Nickel leads over the 8 of Deweese and the 7 of Dillon. Zach Nichols 14.08 last time by. Fast lap of the race. He'll come off for turn number 4. White Silk is up. One more trip around.
Last lap. No, Zach Nichols. He's doing what he always does, Al. He pulls away.
He'll come off turn number 4, and Nichols is going to pick up the heat race win. Deweese in second. Dillon, Darling, Ford, and Postma, as that'll be heat race number 2 in the books as we get ready to go. With heat race number 3, those cars will get up onto the front stretch here, and we'll give you tonight's starting lineup for heat race number 3. On the pole, car number 11, it is Jaden Kritachi, and the throwback paint scheme winner, the car number 2, this is Jimmy Gawker. Congratulations on winning the throwback paint scheme contest, and that is a sharp-looking hot rod in the car number 2. Devin McDonald will roll off in spot number 3 in the City Chevrolet number 18, and then it's Hayden Swank in car number 35. Brad Gresham and Jamie Prevost will roll off in row number 3, and TJ Hansen was slotted to go in spot number 7. As you see the 73 of Jamie Prevost up onto the racetrack, we want to remind you that March is recognized as National Kidney Month, a time to raise awareness about kidney health and the importance of kidney disease prevention. Kidney disease affects over 37 million Americans, with many more at risk due to factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, and family history. During Kidney Awareness Month, organizations and individuals come together to promote education, advocacy, and research efforts focused on kidney health. Simple steps like staying hydrated, maintaining a healthy weight, and managing blood pressure can help support kidney function and reduce the risk of kidney disease. By spreading awareness and promoting kidney health, we can work towards a future where kidney disease is a better understood, prevented, and treated. And we give the tip of the hat to Jamie Prevost for bringing awareness here as the green flag comes out. Heat race number 3 is underway.
Yeah, it's always good to have a kidney prevention, Al. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's a good thing, you know.
And I believe you'll have time a little bit later on in tonight's program to take and get a word with Jamie. Is slated here a little bit later on as Jaden Kritachi out on the front of this one. Over Hayden Swank quickly into that number 2 spot around Gawker and the 18 of McDonald, and McDonald's car right there. It's going to take a little bit to get used to that here tonight. We're used to seeing McDonald in that Rowdy Energy drink number 18. He's in the old cold trickle machine.
Yeah, that is a little different for Devin McDonald right there. Don't see that too much, but man, don't say nothing. Gawker's all over the back bunker. There's Swank right here. It's going to be a good battle.
Down the backstretch they go, and it is Kritachi out front, and the yellow flag going to come out. Looks like the 73 of Jamie Prevost has come to a stop on the inside of the front stretch. He just want a little extra TV time, that's all. Let's see what happened to Jamie. Working down the backstretch. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Gets on that gas, and the car just steps out from underneath them and comes to a stop and unable to get it going before the leaders were coming by. And that'll bring out our yellow flag here. Our first yellow flag of the evening. All right, pace lights are off. We're ready to go back racing here. As the field will go under Cretaci, and here we go. We're back underway. Side-by-side battle for spot number 2. Jimmy Gawker down to the inside. He will move past the 35 of Hayden Swank. So Gawker up in the P number 2 with car number 2, and that is a sharp-looking hot rod. Work off the corner, side by side though. Swank not done yet on the inside. I think we're going to see 2 lanes of racing here this afternoon as they come up off of turn number 2. We are going to see 3 laps to go here in heat race number 3.
Yeah, we sure are. What about this battle though, Al? Deb McDonald all over the back bumper. Hayden Swank right here. Good action.
Swank with a nice car. McDonald with a nice crossover move, trying to work up underneath that number 35 of Swank, and he has got that 3rd spot for the moment.
I believe this track's a rhythm track, Al. You got to be in rhythm and ready to drive this thing, man.
Yeah, it is a really rhythm track, very line sensitive as Hayden Swank, or not Hayden Swank, but the 11 of Jaden Cretaci will come off turn number 4. He will pick up the win in heat race number 3. Gawker in second, third to Devin McDonald. Swank, Gresham round out your top 5. Prevost and Hassan will have to go to the LCS, which will happen in just a little bit. But up next is the 4th and final heat race of the afternoon, and this is your starting lineup. Starting on the pole in car number 97, it is Riley Duncan. Outside of him in car number 86 will be Steve Hoffman. Then it is Braden Cook, and the 038 will roll off third. Outside of him, the number 93 of Andrew Payne. Mike McCaskill and John DeMeester will make up road number 3, and shotgun on the field, slated to start there in speed number 7, the 45 of Andrew Hardings. That is your 7-car slotted field. Another stacked heat race here for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour as they have invaded the Southern National Motorsports Park. Is round number 9 is underway, and after we leave here, we head out your way to the Nashville Super Speedway in 1 week's time. That'll be March 25th. Then we go to the Bull Ring, and it all wraps up April 8th at the North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Oh, some oldies but goodies right there, Al.
Yeah, going to be a good final stretch here. Hard to believe, just 4 races remaining after tonight, round number 9.
Feels like this season has flown by. I don't know what I'll do without my buddy for a couple of weeks, Al. We'll have to FaceTime or something every now and then, you know.
I guess only 3 weeks left if I could do math.
Well, people up there in New York, Al, they struggle, bud.
Yeah. Easy. All right, 4th and final heat race. Here is the field about to go green flag off of turn number 4. The Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is up, and we are underway for our 4th and final heat race.
Okay, well, I love the look of that 93 car of Andrew Payne. That's a good-looking hot rod.
Yeah, flat black. Payne working the outside. McCaskill a little bit loose. Here comes the 45 of Hardings. Hardings quickly into the 5th and final transfer spot as Andrew Payne works the outside. Don't scratch the paint. Oh, geez. He almost touched that outside wall as he is still running side by side with Braden Cook. Cook going to hold on to that third spot now.
Good battle, though, between them two right there. Down out for that third position.
Now is the 93 going to cross over the lane. He'll work to the inside of the speedway. He's trying to make his march towards the front. Here in our fourth and final heat race, Hardings runs in fifth, McCaskill, and then John DeMeester here running ordered. Riley Duncan out front has led it since the green flag has dropped. Hoffman runs in second. It reminds me of the old Nesquik car. That's what pops in my mind.
I could go for Nesquik. Wash it down, son.
5 already in, 4 laps to go for Riley Duncan, trying to be a heat race winner here this afternoon.
I tell you what, all these heat races, I really do enjoy them, but I think they should have points heat racing. You win a heat race, you get 5 bonus points out. That'd make it real interesting. Not saying this ain't interesting, but it'd make it real interesting. 5 bonus points, championship points.
I don't disagree. Rapid ears are up, though. 2 laps to go. I think they do have some bonus points for the heat race winners, and then they have that random invert that happens. But you get those all delicate points, I do believe. We'll have to check in with Brent the Jet as the white flag flies. For your race leader, Riley Duncan, he holding off Hoffman off of turn number 4. Duncan is going to pick up the win over Hoffman, Payne, Cook, Hardings, your top 5. McCaskill and John DeMeester will all have to go to the LCS, which will be headed up onto the racetrack next, where we will send, I believe, 1 car home. Maybe 2. Depends on who populates here, but this is your starting lineup for tonight's Last Chance Showdown. On the point, car number 38, it is going to be David Payton. Outside of him in car number 8, the Postma Flooring. Car enter number 8, that is Zachary Postma. Inside of row number 3 will be Jamie Prevost in that car number 73, and Mike McCaskill. And car number 03 will roll off 4th. Zach Coyer in 5th and Cody Naylor 6th. TJ Hassan and John DeMeester. Your 8-car field ready to do battle here in the Last Chance Showdown. Final chance to try to put it into tonight's racing program.
It's going to be where it all pays off right here, Al. You got to make that 125 lap show right here. What are we going here in this race? 20 laps. Should be a good LCQ race.
20 laps here as the field rolling down here through turns 3 and 4. Green flag is up and we are underway.
And here we go. What are we taking? The top 5?
Top 6, I believe, are going to make it into tonight's racing program. So John DeMeester on the outside looking in. Oh, hang on to her, Jamie Prevost.
Oh, no, we got to have that kidney car in the track now. Got to have him make the show right there. That's a good-looking hot rod.
Long ways to go here in this Last Chance Showdown. As they work around here, David Payton out front, though. A lot of heavy hitters in here. How about Zach Postma, Mike McCaskill? Cold beer, Zach Coyer. He's finished up inside the top 10 the last couple of weeks. Finds himself deep in tonight's starting lineup. Assuming he makes it out of the LCS here as he works underneath McCaskill. That's the bid for the 3rd spot. And every
McCaskill's going to be careful, too. He's going to be having that thing out of tow. He has hit that wall every 10 laps here, Al.
That he has as he works up off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. You see him getting loose up there. Here comes Naylor. Naylor in that 088 or the 88 car.
Good racing though between McCaskill right there and Naylor. I mean, that's a good race. Side by side coming off the turn fours. Good battle.
He is trying to hold off, and so far he will do so as we go on board with Mike McCaskill looking out the driver's side.
Here comes Prevost right there on the inside, looking to get in the show.
And he's going to make that move past in the 73 of Prevost.
He's wanting to get in the show tonight, Al. Get that kidney prevention car out in the front.
Taking a few laps to get it underneath them, but now how about Zach Coyer? He's moved into spot number 2. He's got 10 laps to chase down the number 38 David Payton to pick up this LCS heat or LCS win and transfer into tonight's main event. David Payton out front showing a nice pace up front. With the battle back there for 5th, still side by side. Now Naylor going to take the 4th spot away. McCaskill up on the outside, and I believe you're right, Jason. He might have hurt that right front a little bit. Hurt the handles on that 0-3.
Yeah, I think he did. He hit the wall about the last 10 laps there, and it really just upset that car, man. Knocked the toe out or something pretty bad in it.
Meanwhile, David Payton out front in that 38 car has a 1.6 second lead over Zach Coyer. Battle for 3rd starting to shape up though. Here comes Naylor in the 88.
About Payton, though, he's trying to run away and hide right here, Al. I don't think Coyer can catch him.
1.5 seconds separating them. David Payton works down the back stretch.
Pretty good battle, though, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. These guys are still getting after it.
2 laps to go, and Postma now on the outside with McCaskill down to the inside. Jamie Prevost in that 6th spot. I believe that is the final transfer spot. Final trip around the speedway for the number 1. Or the 38 of David Payton. He's going to come off. He's going to pick up the last chance showdown victory over Zach Coyer, Cody Naylor, Mike McCaskill, Zach Postma, Jamie Prevost, and John DeMeester. Here, that will round out your field. As now we get into our warm-up period, and we'll take and see. It looks like everybody has made it out here onto the racetrack, and they will get there. As we do that, let's take and see if we can get a word, Jason. I believe you're headed down pit side, maybe to get a word for the driver of that number 73 to get a little more insight on National Kidney Month.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Got us ready, Al?
I do.
All right, Jamie Prevost driving the 73 kidney prevention car. J-Mo, tell us a little bit about this old hot rod tonight, buddy. Jamie, you got a copy?
Yep, I'm sorry, my push to talk was on.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
I said I'm driving for kidney disease. Jack, give me a second.
You're good.
Okay, now I'm back. So yeah, I'm driving for kidney disease. Recognition for people who deal with kidney disease. Just a little bit. There's estimated about 335 million Americans have kidney disease, and 9 out of 10 people don't even know they have it. Right now, there's about 131 Americans a year that are being diagnosed with kidney disease, and there's currently about 500,000 people who are on dialysis, with about over 200,000 people waiting for a kidney. So yep, I'm just driving for kidney dialysis, kidney awareness month, and that's about it.
I tell you what, you got a good looking race car, and I like the way you got it and the way you support that stuff. But man, hey, you got in the show right there. That's got to be pretty exciting, also.
Yeah, I was having Ron Hart just coach me a little bit, so he's been helping me out. I know him from the local racetrack here in Michigan, so I'm also a kidney dialysis patient, so that's why I don't race with us on Wednesdays.
Okay. Yeah, I was checking out this old hot rod, and I seen the Detroit Lion tag on the back of that thing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, uh-oh, this guy here is a Lions fan.
Of course.
Well, hey, man.
We get our shot next year.
Well, hey, there you go. They got a good team. I like a couple of their players, but you got a good-looking race car and doing a good thing with the National Kidney Month, and we look forward to see you out there on the racetrack, and we'll try to get in some good TV time for you also.
Okay, thank you.
Buddy.
There you go, Jamie Prevost driving for the National Kidney Foundation, and Jason, a great cause there as they get ready to go with tonight's main event. We will step away with that. With that being said, to pay a couple bills here from our sponsors.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here to the Southern National Motorsports Park, where tonight we will have the 125-lap main event for Throwback Night here at the Southern National Park. And this is your starting lineup here this afternoon. And on the pole in the ASRC car number 93, it's going to be Andrew Payne. On the outside of him in the City Chevrolet, car number 18, the old Cold Trickle throwback. It is Nova Scotia's. Just kidding. Newfoundland's. Car number 18, this is Devin McDonald. McDonald will roll off second. Daryl Dillon in the Hooters number 7 roll off third. Outside of him, the number 1 of Mason Walter. Steve Hoffman and Jimmy Gawker. And Jimmy Gawker, congratulations to him and his race team. They picked up the Throwback Scheme Award win here this evening. Braxton Lewis will roll off 7, and outside of him, car number 78, it is JJ McRae. Riley Duncan will roll off 7th, and rolling off on the outside of row number 5, the car number 11. It is Jaden Ritacci. Starting 11th will be Zach Nichols, and Ron Hart will roll off in P number 12.
Starting 13th, not in the 48 car, will be Colby Garrett. Starting 14th will be Chuck Darling in that 88 Hot Rod. Starting 15th will be 35 car. He's one of my favorite drivers to watch. It's Hayden Swank. Starting on the outside of him, P16 will be the 38 of Braden Cook. And starting on the inside, P number 17 position will be the 05 of Matt Kemp. On the outside of him will be the number 20 of Reagan Ford. And then starting P19 will be the 36 of Brad Gresham. And on the outside of him, the 45 of Andrew Hardings. Starting P21, he won our LCQ races, the man, the myth, the legend, David Payton in the 38. And on the outside of him will be the 13 is Cold Beer Zach Coyer. Starting in 23rd will be the 003 of Cody Naylor, and on the outside of him will be the 03 of Mike McCaskill. And then starting in shotgun, the last row on the field tonight will be the 038 of Zach Postma. And then starting P26, we just talked to him, Jamie Prevost in that National Kidney Month Hot Rod.
That is your 26 car starting field. Pace car down and away. Green flag is up. And we are underway with tonight's main events.
Be a good race out. 125 laps. Should be real exciting right here as they run around this old hot rod joint.
Everybody trying to get their legs underneath them as they work up off the corner. Look at them. 3 wide. Hang on to it. Devin McDonald. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Coming out just as quick. And it looks like... Not sure what the yellow came out for. They were all... everywhere. Hayden Swank involved in the 35, it says. That was a wild opening lap.
It sure was. I didn't know what in the world was going on, but wow, what a race right there.
They come up off the corner and they were all sideways. Swank's car gets turned sideways after some net code. His car having a little bit of electrical issue there, and it took the 35 car and his car back out onto the racetrack. But it is, to me, it looks like the rear end knocked out of it. You can see it tracking sideways, and I believe Cadillacs are not supposed to be tracking that way.
I don't think so either, Al.
Tough break for the 35. Ron Hart coming down pit road as well.
Chuck Darlin's in also. Whole bunch of cars coming in pit road.
Yeah, not really sure what they're coming down pit road for so early on. I believe they have enough fuel in the tank. Jamie Prevost coming down on the inside of the racetrack. Looks like he'll get the free pass. Or thought about it. So the field is starting to double up. I believe the lights will come back on so the field can get set up here. So a quick yellow flag early on in this one slows us down. That's our first Tallarico Boardwalk Subs caution flag of the night, and that reminds you to fill the belly where they're serving Jersey style soup salads and subs. That is Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, home of Racing Jason.
I love that place.
Well, looks like we're going to go green flag racing, this time off of turn number 4 into the Postma flooring restart zone. Green flag is up. We are underway. Much better start that time for Walters.
We'll watch them dive off into turn 3. Yeah, this is beautiful to watch up here in our stands right here. I mean, they are just battling it out right here. 125 laps in this show, and we're going to race like it's another yellow.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hayden Swank's car gone around, and that car's still pretty wounded, as he will get pointed back in the right direction.
Looks like one of the most COT NASCAR cars back in the day, yeah.
It took the green flag, went down in the turns 1 and 2, and the car just steps out from underneath them, and he comes to a stop on the back stretch. And that brings out the yellow flag, and Swank going to take 35 to pit road. I think he'll have some extensive damage to get fixed on that 35 car now. Tough break for Swank, driver out of Woodstock, Georgia.
Yeah, I like old Hayden Swank, really good driver here in this platform. He's one heck of a wheelman for sure. What about that 93 car, Andrew Payne, leading this joint? I tell you what, Al, that is a sharp-looking rod. I think it's a checkered, orange and white checker at the bottom, and that's what it does for me.
Yeah, Jamie Prevost going to get the free pass in the National Kidney Foundation car number 73.
That's good for him. It's good to, he's out there doing that prevention and stuff like that, and it really is a good thing. You know, people got a heart in American stuff, and you know, he said he was a patient of himself, so, you know, that's pretty cool. He's out here driving here on a Tuesday night in his old hot rod.
Yeah, and good to bring awareness to the National Kidney Foundation, and for more information on that. The green flag is up. We are back underway. See if we get some laps in.
We're getting them in. They're just under yellow right now. These guys are just still trying to mind their P's and Q's, get settled out. It'll take them a lap or two. Got one almost hit the bottom fence down here on the back straightaway.
Everybody trying to get into a rhythm here on the front stretch is now Walters all over the back bumper for the 93 of Andrew Payne, the 7 of Dylan. Then it's a 2x2 battle back here. Braxton Luis trying to make his way towards the front of the field.
Well, I tell you what, Regan Ford had a moment right there. I thought he was going to wreck. Maybe in the 36 of Grayson. My God. How they saved it, I don't know.
Another car on the out going backwards, though. The 44 of Zach Nichols. Him and Jimmy Gawker stuck up on the outside on this restart. Unable to get down as of yet. They have fallen outside the top 15.
Trying to figure out what was up with Andrew Payne. He kind of just moved over out of the way to let Walters go by to take the lead. I mean, kind of a courtesy thing right there.
Yeah, right now Walters hot to trot right now. 93 of Payne looking for that championship. Wants a good run a little bit early maybe for him. His liking to be being ran that hard as he'll allow the 7 of Dylan to get on by as well. Maybe hoping that those boys will go out front and run their tires a little bit hard.
We got a yellow. Oh, got a yellow on the backstretch. Looks like McCaskill maybe, the 03 car.
Yellow, yellow, yellow coming out for the 03 of Mike McCaskill here on lap number 21. He was racing with Zach Coyer. He got sideways in the 14 of Kemp. Saw him sideways and said, I'm coming through. Finished him off on the backstretch. McCaskill will get the 03 pointed back in the right direction. Well, we saw being on the outside was not the place to be. Uh-oh, something happening to the number 1. He's going to slow here on the front stretch. Maybe ignition on the 1 car. He is going to give up the race lead. Big development here, as that car does not seem to be under power. Now it kicks on. So something happening to your race leader, the number 1. It'll be interesting to see if race officials do give him his spot back.
Yeah, that is interesting right there, Al. Maybe a kill switch or something going bad with that old hot rod. We're going to re-rack him, restack him, though. It looks like he got his position back.
Does lights go out on the pace car? Gonna go back. Green flag racing right here. Off a turn number 4 into the Postma flooring, laying it down. Restart zone. Green flag is up. We are back underway.
Here they go. First 2 cars got broke away. Now the back 2 back there, 3rd and 4th, they have not.
Andrew Payne down there on the inside. He's going to try to hold off the 18 of McDonald. How about old Braxton Luis up there into the top 5. Here comes Riley Duncan. Oh, trouble. As David Payton makes an evasive move. I believe that was Brad Gresham in the purple and yellow flame automobile. He sits facing against the inside wall. We saw that happen at the top of the screen to bring out our 4th yellow flag here. We're having a rough start to this one. Let's take a look here and see what happened to Brad. Back there on the inside of Kemp. Zach Coyer there as well. Gets down into the corner. Oh, a little bit of a checkup. Got into the backside. Maybe got in the backside. Might have been a little bit of net code. Let's take a look here and see. Coming down the backstretch into the corner. Oh, just got in the corner there and just a little bit better. Mike McCaskill coming hard contact as well. And that will bring out our yellow flag here for the 4th time early on in this one. Hayden Swank going to get a lap back here. So the field will get doubled up behind the iRacing pace car. Green flag is up and we are back underway.
Here we go. I tell you what, sorry about that. Al had a phone call there. Had to answer real quick.
Andrew Payne able to hold off the advances so far, but here comes the number 8 of DeWeese down to the inside. Zach Coyer making his way up inside the top 15 as you see these cars all around the racetrack trying to make some hay. They work down the backstretch. Everybody trying to get into a rhythm. How about Steve Hoffman up to the number 6 spot? He's trying to make it around the 18 of McDonald. And I think if we get a little bit of a run in here.
Yeah, get these guys settled down now. You know, they're still, I mean, it's 36 laps in, but, you know, 70% of it's been under yellow, so they haven't really had that long green flag run yet. And once those guys get settled down, I think it'll be all right.
And I think once we get into those long green flag runs, is now Braxton Luis takes a look to the inside. Nothing doing that time. I think there's a potential of seeing that outside lane come into play here. Possibly.
I think so. I think you're right. And, you know, we're just going to have to let a little bit of rubber build up there and everything. And that, oh, got a car loose. Is that done? That's Andrew Payne. He's still dropping back.
Yeah, Payne in that 3rd spot. Now Steve Hoffman. Oh, trouble for Zach Nichols. We stay green so far. Everybody scatters. And the green flag will stay out. So a little bit of a mishap back there. Everybody gets it back underway, but Walters still leads. It's Walters, Dylan Payne. Here comes Braxton Luis into the third spot. Oh, Payne kisses that outside Armco.
Good battles right here, though. I tell you what, I really like it. So racetrack puts on one heck of a show for sure.
Here does Andrew Payne back to that 5th spot now. Jaden Kurtachi all over the back bumper in that number 11 automobile. He's trying to make some moves.
What about old Stephen Hoffman up right now, running P7, having a good night in your Nesquik car, you like to say?
Running a good run there is Steve Hoffman and Ron Hart. They all run inside the top 10. A little bit deeper in the field, Jimmy Gawker. That is a beautiful looking paint scheme, and that is your throwback paint scheme contest winner. So congratulations to the JGR team as he works there behind the 13 Accoyer. That is the battle for 11th on the Speedway.
What about Zach Nichols tonight, Al? Running P14. Have we missed the setup with the 44 car tonight?
He's had a little bit of a rough go of it a little bit early on in this one. He just got tagged a few laps ago, and they caused a big stack up as he was all plumb sideways. He is reeled in this battle now for the 11th position. So he is mirrored back a little bit here, farther back than we normally see the 44 car.
It is, and Gawker got by. And now the 38 car is trying to go by Coyer, and here comes Nichols on the inside of him. 38 car Braden Cook, that is. Here comes Nichols on the inside of Coyer, coming out of turn number 4. Don't make the pass, nice clean pass.
Meanwhile, up front, the number 1, gets there, gets into the backside of Jamie Prevost, will spin him. And Walters, as your race leader, got into the backside of the lap car and just turned him. Tough break for Prevost. This is the difference in speed through the corner right there. What led to that? See him working there, the race leader on the back bumper, Jamie Prevost. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. Gets to the corner, gets a loose in front of the race leader, and around he will go. So they'll bring out our 5th yellow flag of the evening.
Halfway through it though, Al. We're getting there.
Yeah, getting there. Not a lot of yellow flags. Not what the racers wanted. You saw lap traffic starting to come into play there. And I think that's when the race gets interesting with the race leaders. Got to mind your P's and Q's, be patient.
Sure does. Man, I tell you what, Mason Walters got one heck of a jump right there. He said, I'm getting some going.
He'll jump out to the back to that race lead over Dylan and Deweese. Now Kurtachi moving into P number 4. He's on the back side of Braxton Deweese. Contact. This is a high contact race here tonight. These drivers.
You know, they carry a lot of speed here too, Al. I mean,
very fast.
Track. This is almost as fast as me and you in a little RC car.
I don't know. We're not this fast.
Oh, okay. So Sorry about that, Al.
Action all the way around here. Devin McDonald working the outside of Zach Nichols. That's the battle for the 13th position. Nichols is going to take that spot away. Now go on an attack underneath the 0-3 of McCaskill. McCaskill up the racetrack. That allows McDonald to get back by. Right there behind him, Zach Postma battling with J.J. McRae. And how about McRae's pink car? That is our purple car. That is a sharp-looking hot rod in that old 78 car.
Yeah, I really like that old hot rod.
Meanwhile, back up towards the front, Riley Duncan getting up underneath Andrew Payne. Ron Hart coming through as well. They are full contact racing here tonight at the Southern National Motorsports Park as we close in on the halfway point.
Well, Primo got out of the way that time. Let Walters take him, put him a lap down.
Andrew Payne stuck up on the outside as he works there. They are in a gaggle of race cars. Oh, Kemp gonna go around off of turn number 4, 2, and green, yellow. As Matt Kemp is not having it his way in the Burger King number 14.
Oh, God. Oh, we got a little tag, didn't he?
Kemp going to be able to pull the 14 car back underway. I don't believe he made contact with anything, but he's going to come down pit road, it looks like. Let's take a look back here at this. Racing with the 2 of Gawker and the 93 of Andrew Payne. Payne, looks like he might have just got loose up off the corner, and Payne with a run on the outside gets into that right rear corner, and around he will go. Down on pit road, Walters still your race leader over Dylan Kratacci now into 3rd. Hart is up to 4th. How about that? A nice run for Hart and Kratacci, both starting back there in the 11th or 10th and 12th starting spot respectfully here this evening. And didn't you say what was happening to old Zach Nichols? He finds himself now on the 6th spot.
Yeah, he's coming. What happened to Braxton DeWeese? Where did he go?
Braxton came down pit road right there. So the field trying to get doubled up here.
Do we have an extra set of tires?
We have one set in the pits. Green flag is up. We're back underway.
Here we go. Who's that? Jaden Katachri now. He's trying to pick up P2. Trying to hunt his way to the front. Oh! Walters kissed the wall right there with that right rear quarter panel coming off on the back front straightaway. Oh, got a call around. Big wreck out.
Big wreck down there in turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch, and they are still piling in. They did not get the message that the yellow flag was out.
Got Hoffman pulling a Kyle Busch.
He'll get pointed back out in the right direction. Well, let's dissect this one, shall we? Let's watch it.
I love dissecting frogs.
Take a look at this one from the blimp cam. Is Gresham right there as well. Andrew Payne, Hoffman, they are all working down here through turns 1 and 2, and it's going to happen in front of them. I believe it starts maybe up there with Zach Postma, maybe a little bit further in front of them. Down through the corner. Oh, the 48 and Devin McDonald make contact. They come to a stop. Everybody else just kind of gets tagged from behind there. That brings out the yellow flag. I think they're gonna need to hire some more security guards at the end of this one.
They may have to, Al. We got Tim Rogers out there. He's not here with us tonight, but he is chanting Ron Hart on. Trying to help him hunt the front of that rowdy car.
Good to have him out here. We miss you out on the racetrack with TimRogersCars.com. We hope to see you back out here with us here very soon, Tim. But the green flag about to come back out. Green flag is up, and we are back underway.
Here we go. We're almost to 75 laps out. We're getting there.
Ron Hart trying to work on the outside of Dylan Kratacci. Holds on to that number 2 spot. Here comes Zach Nichols, making his way back towards the front. Oh, hard contact in the outside fence.
Yeah, he got a little. The 7 car of Dylan got loose. Hart had nowhere to go. Kissed the wall. Oh man.
Stuck up on the outside now as the field starting to formulate a plan on the inside. Here comes J.J. McCray in the R&D Performance car number 78.
Tell you what, Katatri's got a hot rod too, Al. He's working on Waters right here. He's really working him over in that P2 position. He's wanting that lead.
Kratacci trying to find a way around him now as they work down through the corner. J.J. McCray and Ron Hart side by side. Good battle up off of turn number 2.
Good battle back there. A little farther back, Ron Hart, he's really battling it out.
That they are. They're a good battle there in the Riley Duncan in the 97 Easy Clean car. He is trying to figure out which way to go. A little bit of contact between McCray, a little bit of a hip check.
That ain't gonna fly over well with Ron Hart in that Rowdy Energy car. You got to be aggressive when you got Rowdy on anything in the sponsored like that, in my opinion.
Hart rolling the outside and using it fairly well to his advantage. Holding off Duncan. He is closed back in on the 78 car. That time a little bit sideways. Duncan to the inside. Meanwhile, up there, Zach Nichols working up underneath the Hooters number 7 car of Dylan. Zach Nichols trying to make it into the podium for the first time here tonight.
About this battle back here, Al, you got Darling, Payne, and Cook. They're having a pretty good battle right here for the 9th position. Braxton Deweese is in there with them fresher tires. Hoffman, he was in a wreck earlier. He's up in there trying to hunt a top 10.
40 laps to go. As the battle back here rages on outside the top 10. Cook has that 10 spot. Braxton Deweese starting to put those fresher tires to work. He'll get a buy of the 93 of Payne. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Mason Walters has the race lead over Jaden Kratacci and Zach Nichols. Daryl Dillon runs in 4th and Jimmy Gawker in 5th. That's your top 5.
Pretty good battle. Here comes Braxton Deweese on the inside of Cook. Gonna work his way in the top 10. Oh. 73 car a little bit high up there, getting lapped. Courtesy thing, moving over.
Braxton now feeling the pressure. He's going to cross over. He'll try to look to the inside. Darling going to slam the door shut on the Interstate Ford number 8.
He's trying to get up there, but will he have enough laps is the thing.
Laps are clicking off fairly quick here, and Hart protecting the inside lane, but this time up off turn before. Braxton Deweese going to cross him over down the front stretch. He pulls alongside in the turn number 1. Deweese down to the inside. That'll give him spot number 9 if he can complete this pass.
Well, it sure is hard to pass, though, with these older tires and fresher tires there. It's just track position is so key here at this old track.
That it is, and they are working through lap traffic. David Payton working the outside of the racetrack. Now Riley Duncan in front of this battle. He's trying to work around J.J. McCrae. He will do so. Duncan now trying to make his way underneath the Tua Gawker for the 5th spot.
Well, David Payton had a moment right there also. I guess that was Naylor just checked up. And, whoo! Payton ran over the back of him. Maybe not Naylor or somebody else. Wasn't for sure.
Oh, contact between the 97 of Duncan and the Tua Gawker. Somehow they both live to see another day. Side by side, that's the battle for the 5th spot. Gawker on the outside. He's trying to hold off Duncan. McCrae, Hart, DeWeese right there as well.
Yeah, here comes DeWeese now. It's a chat battle right now out there in the chat. Who's going to win this race, Hart or DeWeese? And DeWeese kind of edges him more. A little contact on the back straightaway coming into turn number 3 right here. Still a little contact between these two drivers.
And DeWeese
Nobody giving an inch.
No, nobody giving an inch, but DeWeese really minding his P's and Q's, knowing that the car's on the outside, trying to give him the space. A little bit of incidental contact, I would say, between those two. Now Duncan working up underneath Jimmy Gawker.
Yeah. Dunker's got a hot rod tonight too. Duncan does.
Meanwhile, Walter continues to lead it. Oh, Duncan and Gawker leaning on each other once again.
Yeah, McCrae checked up and Braxton Louise shot the gap. Got on the inside right here. He's looking for more. He wants a podium and get up here and talk to us, Al.
That he does. 25 laps to go. Braxton Louise trying to work his way through the field. Gawker now back to the 6th spot behind the 97 O'Reilly Duncan. And they have got some ground to make up. And I tell you right now, Jaden Kurtachi starting to close in on your race leader.
Yeah, Jaden's got a fast hot rod. I was watching him early on. Kind of took my eyes off of him, but he had a hot rod there. He was working on Waters. Oh, car in the fence back there. It might have been McCrae, 73 car.
Jamie Prevost up out of the way for your race leaders. Got into the outside retaining wall. As the leaders got by, next car that they will encounter is Mike McCaskill, who runs in the 15th spot, still on the lead lap. As Mason Walters leads this one, but Jaden Kurtachi right there trying to reel him in.
Oh, Gawker got a little sideways. Here comes Braxton Louise. Going to get to the inside. Got to get to P6. Poor old Hayden Swank. He's had an invincible night. That old hot rod looks awful.
He has picked up some spots, so after that opening lap wreck that saw him 26, he is now up into the 19th spot. As Braxton Louise looks for 6 as he will wrestle that away from the number 2 of Jimmy Gawker. Whoa, McCaskill in the outside fence, and he's slow on the backstretch. So far, we stay green.
Now that wasn't a caution. I don't know, but Barney the flagman said, nope, we're going to run it out, boys. Let's try to finish it out.
Kurtachi ever so closer to your race leader of Walters. Rolling the bottom there up off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. When will Kurtachi make a move? He gets sideways up off a corner. This time by 15 to go.
15 to go, Al. It's finally winding down. Caskell, old car, he pulled off in the pit road. He got all kinds of issues with that old thing.
Battle for your race lead raging on there between Walters and Kurtachi. Kurtachi on the back bumper trying to find a way around the number 1 of Walters.
Not sure what McCaskill's doing, but he come out on the pits right there at a half a mile an hour turtle speed. Not so sure what his plan is. He's on the back straightaway in the pits. She's probably looking for a good get off to get off the race surface.
12 to go. Kurtanchi trying to find a way around. The number 1.
Yeah, and Walters, he's led a lot of this race tonight, and Hitachi's one of those drivers, he's going to be real aggressive, but I don't think he's going to. Here he comes, side by side, down the front straightaway. And look at Walters, let him go. Just let him go.
Walters, I thought was going to try to cross him over, was unable to do so. Now Kurtanchi to the race lead with 10 laps to go as he gets the high fives from Barney the flagman. 10 laps to go.
Maybe try to cool his tires off or something.
Heavy lap traffic in front of your race leaders is the top 3 cars now. Have some distance now equal there as they work around Jamie Prevost in that number 93. And Kurtanchi just opened it up here after getting by Walters.
Yeah, he had a fast hot rod, I'm pretty sure, all night long. He finally bought some time and took the front, but he checked out right here.
Kurtanchi working up off of turn number 2, and now Zach Nichols is starting to close in on the one of Walters. That'll be the battle for second. Next time by, there'll be 5 laps to go. Battle for the number 2 spot. Zach Nichols up underneath Walters. Did Walters use up the tires?
He may have, and Zach Nichols, just when we thought he was out of contention, my man's running P2 right here. Trying to get there. Where's Braxton DeWeese at now? What's he up into?
Braxton is running in P number 6.
P6 with them fresher tires than everybody else.
3 laps to go is heavy lap traffic, and for Jaden Kurtanchi, he'll work around Brad Gresham. Next car up will be the 13 of Zach Coyer. Walters dropping back even further, and he's got a problem on the number 1 car. He is going to... Is he out of fuel?
Is he out of fuel or is the tire down?
Either or, but 2 laps to go up off of turn number 4. White flag is up. Final trip around the speedway for Jaden Kurtanchi. Down the backstretch for the final time. Kurtanchi took the race lead away with 10 laps to go. He'll come off turn number 4. And Jaden Kurtanchi is going to win the Southern National Motorsports Park 125. Nichols will come home second. Third to Riley Duncan. Braxton DeWeese fourth, and Hoffman rounding out your top 5. So Jaden Kurtanchi going to pick up the win there. What a good finish to this one. A little rough at the start of it. And lap traffic becoming a factor.
We both said once they get settled in, they were going to get some laps turned, and they did.
So the field will come down here. We got Jaden Kurtanchi going to burn it out as Racing Jason heads down for the Postma Flooring Late Model Tour Victory Lane. Watch it down there, Jason, as he does his burnout down the front stretch. Jason working down the crowd, kissing babies, signing autographs. So Jaden gonna work into there, and we'll see if we can get a word with everybody here in our post-race show. And Jason, I believe you're down there in Victory Lane as Jaden is on the backstretch going through tech inspection. I believe you're going to catch up with our race winner.
Yes, sir. I'm still on the side-by-side trying to catch up with him, but Jaden Katachri wins a picture event. Jaden, man, what a way to wheel this thing, buddy.
Yeah. That's for sure. We definitely had to drive it a little bit tonight, but we managed.
I'll tell you what, after a rough start with the yellows, man, you worked your way up through there, and I thought you had a fast car all night long, and then you made your way up towards the front there. There's about less than 15 to go, man. I tell you, this old hot rod is fast all night, though.
Yeah. After seeing the fuel situation, we all knew it was a no-brainer to pit immediately as soon as we could get that done and over with to get the track position on everybody else. But yeah, this thing was fast all night long. We just managed our stuff, slowly cut our way through the field, which actually we got through the field very quick tonight. I was pretty surprised. Yeah, like I said, managed our stuff, just did what we had to do and got up front, got the lead.
Well, it's always a good time to get up here and get you in the booth with Grace and Jason, but I tell you what, I don't know how you guys run around this old track like you do and fast and stuff. I always struggle here. But, I mean, you look at the guy behind you, Zach Nichols. He was coming, but you managed to hold on and pick up the win. That's pretty impressive, and you're a heck of a wheelman, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, Zach, obviously, he's one heck of a wheelman, too. He's won a lot in this league. Me and him are good buddies, so always love getting to race with him and everybody else out on track. But, yeah, we had a good night. Definitely had to wheel it like you said. Man, this thing got really loose there at the end. I almost lost it there on the white flag going into turn 3. I thought for sure it was spinning, but we managed to hold on and come home with P1.
I'll tell you what, you've been fast all night long, fast running around this joint. I'm over here out of breath trying to sip some water and stuff, catch up to you for an interview. But, hey, next week we head to Nashville Super Speedway. What's your chances on picking up back-to-back?
Oh shoot, Nashville Super Speedway, that ain't my cup of tea. But we'll give it a shot. You know, obviously we're gonna try our best and do what we can. I think we'll have a fast car next week, so we'll give it a shot.
Dude, well, congratulations, and who you want to thank on this old hot rod?
First off, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting, Tanner, Andrew, and Brett for putting on the league. Sponsors-wise, we got R&B Car Company, Community-Wide Federal Credit Union, Preferred Warranties, TechWorks Trailer Sales, United Plumbing, Hoax Graphics, R&M Towing, and if I'm forgetting anybody else, my bad, but yeah, obviously we had fun tonight, and I'm glad we could put these guys on victory lane.
Alright, man. Well, congratulations on that win, and go celebrate with the team. We'll see you next week, and I'm gonna call it right now. You'll be in the top 3 in that podium spot.
Let's hope so.
All right, Jaden Kurtachi going to come home in P1, picking up the victory here at Southern National, and I'm standing by with a driver out of Stockbridge, car number 44, and well, Zach, you had an up and down type of night here. You got mirrored back in traffic. To say your night was eventful is probably an understatement.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely had a eventful race with getting some nose damage there early, having to pit and whatchamacallit, and luckily we were able to still be able to pit before all the other people decided to come down for fuel there. So we were able to gain some track position and end up with a really solid finish.
How difficult was it there to manage yourself back in traffic? We saw you back as low as 16th at one point in tonight's race, and the racing seemed overly aggressive here tonight, more than normal, I would assume, from the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of difficult. This track is just one of those tracks on here that like you really can't see more than past half the corner, so people tend to just run into each other. But yeah, that's how this track is, and luckily we were able to skip by all the carnage and come home P2.
P2, and you're doing it again, man. You just keep chiseling away at this one. Just 3 races remaining after tonight, and then we head to Nashville Super Speedway. Then another tough little bull ring, the bull ring at Las Vegas. And then we ended up at the very fast North Wilkesboro Speedway. Out of those 3 races, which ones are you looking forward to, or are you looking forward to all 3 of them?
Definitely not Nashville Super Speedway. I've never driven this car on that big of a track before, so that'll be pretty interesting to see how that one plays out. But the last 2 I'm definitely looking forward to. The Bull Ring's one of my favorite short tracks on the service, so looking forward to that one, and hopefully we can still have a decent points gap and looking to close it out at North Wilkesboro.
Well, man, you're doing a great job this season. here tonight. I know you wanted to get that win, but the second place is just as good. I think after you're up and down, like you said, the start of this one, you saw a little bit of trouble, not of your own doing, and to come home second. What a great turnaround here tonight. Who makes it all possible for a great drive here at Southern National?
Yeah, second. I think that's my third second place in a row. So I want a spot better, but if you're just gonna have to stick with P2, and it's definitely a good points day. But yeah, I'd like to thank Kearney's Complete Auto Service, Corey Oil Company, PSS&C. They help us a ton out in the real life stuff, and you guys for broadcasting. You guys do such a great job with it, and all the league admins for putting this whole deal on.
Well, congratulations, Zach, and we thank you for the kind words, man. And we know you had the fan club out in the chat there this afternoon or this evening, and we appreciate each and every one of them watching. You guys put on a good show. You make it easy with a good show, and we just get to talk about the great racing here at the American Sim Racing Club. But congratulations. We'll see you next week at Nashville, the Super Speedway, and we'll see what you can do on the big track.
Oh yeah, speaking of the people in the chat, I'd like to shout my dad and my Uncle Kenny out. They're both watching, so yeah, thank you guys.
There you go. Zach Nichols going to come home in P number 2 tonight, Jason, for I believe that was, like he said, third week in a row. And now you're going to catch up with the driver of the Easy Clean 97.
Yes, sir. I've caught up with him. No hot rod number 3 tonight, Raleigh Duncan, man. This old car looks rough, son. I'm walking around it. Looked like a long night, but a good finish.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, the track got so tight. Like, you know, I'm a pretty big person of trying to stay off of the other cars, but I had to use a couple cars up a little more than I would have liked to. But no one wrecked, and it was good hard racing.
I tell you what, it was kind of a rough start. The yellows flew a little bit earlier, but they said you had to do a little fuel management there. You looks like you've done that pretty well and worked your way back up towards the top 3. Had a fast car all night long, though.
Oh yeah, it felt good. Yeah, I feel bad for my teammate though, Mason. He had a great run. He ran out of fuel of 2 to go, I think, and but yeah, it was car felt great.
Hey man, you did a heck of a job. Started P9, finished P3. And a little sweaty also. Look, I mean, you work yourself to death there in this old car here at this track. Pretty wore out, huh?
Frig, man. My room's about as hot as a real life race car right now.
Well, hey man, P3 tonight, National Super Speedway next weekend. What's your thoughts on that joint?
I like the track. I mean, I'm more of I like really short, but should be good. I'm not bad there, I don't think.
Hey, heck yeah, buddy. Who you like to think on this old Easy Clean 97 car?
Of course, I gotta thank Easy Clean. I gotta thank well, of course, all of my drivers on my team. Mason and JJ showed up tonight. Always nice seeing them come out. And yeah, I gotta thank Mark Keeler from Viper Graphics, of course, because he painted that car up nice. And then BRNZ Performance with Chad. He all the open set races we run, he really puts together a good set, and we usually finish real good.
Well, heck yeah, man. Nice job tonight. And we'll see you next week at the National Super Speedway.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Riley Duncan going to end our Postma Flooring post-race show here this evening. And what a great night of racing it was. Here, let's take a look at your feature results and where your favorite driver has come into play in Racing Jason. We saw he got rough and tumbly. You saw these drivers really laying on each other. Next week, we're going to go, I would consider it like super speedway racing with the late model stocks. Going to put on a great show, and I think that we're going to see some pack racing next week.
I think so, and I'll tell you what, just about a 2-hour drive for old Racing Jason, and I think I'll drive next week, Al, and I'll meet you down there if that's all right with you, Buck.
Well, I was going to fly in and maybe sleep on the couch or something, but...
Well, come on down. We'll go to a restaurant up here called Gondolas. Best place to eat in Crossville, son. You'll love it.
All right, sounds like a plan. But man, a great night of the showing here for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Division. We want to thank you all for tuning on in here to the American Sim Racing Club. Remember, tomorrow night, the RaceOneWraps.com Street Stock Series will be in action right here at the Southern National Motorsports Park with Brett the Jet on the call. Make sure you stop on in and see what it's all about. We'd like to thank Tellerico's Boardwalk Subs being a proud sponsor of the 2025 campaign, along with LaPlante Racing Products here this season. Well, that will do it for us from Southern National Motorsports Park. We'll see you next week from the Nashville Super Speedway. We hope to have you tune in, and we thank you for your viewership here of the American Sim Racing Club. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts. But for Racing Jason, I am Upstate Al, and we will see you in turn number 3. Good night, everybody.